No, I think I just saw someone. Someone extraordinary.
Oh, shit. Oh, Jetty, what the hell are you doing here? Please wait, my beautiful ladies. By the glorious light of blue. By the glorious light of beauty. I never thought I would see you again. In such turbulent times, your kind faces are as spring's gentle breeze, bringing solace to my scorched heart.
Are you a knight of beauty?
Upon hearing the impending festivities, I commanded the one and only to bring me to Penacony with full haste. Alas, in a cosmos unguarded by the beauty, disorder prevails. Thus my passage was delayed by tending to the sick and injured. Fortunately, the mini-rabbit mech pilot, stray cat duelist, galactic ninja, and quad-drive Electrion, along with 32 other souls in distress, all emerged their predicament safe and sound. I then led them all here to revel in the harmony with the countless other splendid beings. I do not deserve such praise. Unfortunately, the dashing IPC ambassador, whose radiance matches of a beautiful peacock, remains in woeful state. How I wish she too could partake in splendid occasion. Okay, let's get back to business. Since fate has brought us together, it stands to reason that you both seek the accolade of the audition victor, correct? Though upon arrival, I was once mistaken for a towering silver-armored fugitive with fiery red flames, due to my lack of eloquence. It matters not, for all these trials stem from the land of dreams beauty. What matters is that I stand before you, our paths crossed. I, Argenti of the Knights of Beauty, am humbly requesting for a battle in the name of Code of Chivalry between you both. If I am fortunate enough to emerge victorious, kindly grant me passage to the crown of victory and recognize that, Idrilla, the beauty, is the most peerless beauty of them all. Oh shit. What did you do?
Do we still have the upper hand?
Bro, what are you doing here?
Still waters of oblivion.
You are fighting a gentle. Put forth all your might.
Familiar.
Commencing support. Enemy data net markers activated. Time for good old counterattack.
I weep for the departed. It is my fault.
Rise to the in the name of land will forged in ice. Never falters. Confess.
Did you come here of your own volition?
You will know justice. Behold this symbol of pure beauty.
Ready for another? The time is now. Lend me your strength. We've entered the storm. To guard and defend. Crush them!
Another journey begins in the still waters of oblivion. I guide the wandering souls.
The duel commence. Pledge thy loyalty. Still heal. In the name of Landau, years of cold, hardens the wind. We shall never fall!
Enough.
Again.
Enemy data secure. Net markers active. Time for a good old counterattack.
Existence is fleeting as the dawn's dew, destined for oblivion. I weep for the departed. Dusk's reign, the two shall fall.
Bear witness to honor. You are fighting a gentleman.
Enemy targets detected. I'll contain them.
Confess. My gallant friend, put forth all your might.
Unless it's fall.
Oh, damn it. Shit.
In the name of Landau, years of cold, hardens the wind. We shall never fall!
Did you come here of your own volition? Or was it fate? From the still waters of oblivion I guide the wandering souls.
Let the duel commence. My gallant friend, put forth all your might.
We've entered the storm. To guard and defend. Crush them! Troublesome.
You are fighting a gentleman. Rise to the challenge.
This battle is unavoidable. The time is now. Lend me your strength.
In the name of Landau, years of cold, hardens the wind. We shall never fall! Pledge thy loyalty. Heal. My gallant friend, put forth all your might.
Again.
Troublesome. We've entered the storm. To guard and defend. Crush them!
Let the duel commence. My gallant friend, put forth all your might.
How familiar.
In the name of Landau, years of cold, hardens the wind. We shall never fall!
How familiar.
You are fighting a gentleman.
Evildoer.
Did you come here of your own? From the still waters of oblivion I guide the wandering souls.
The flesh wound. I hope you're prepared. Rise to the challenge. Confess. My gallant friend, put forth all your might. down. Years of cold hardens the will. We shall never fall!
Let the duel commence. My gallant friend, put forth all your might. Is that all?
Let's have it.
No way. I think I just saw someone. Someone so extraordinary.
I'm with you.
Are you...
Bear witness to honor.
Do we still have the upper hand? Lend me your strength.
Another journey begins. On the still waters of oblivion.
The flesh wound. You are fighting a gentleman. Put forth all your might.
Again.
Commencing support.
Behold this symbol of pure beauty.
Do we still have the upper hand?
Rise
This
to the
battle is
challenge.
unavoidable. Lend me your strength.
Destined for oblivion.
Let the duel commence.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Put forth all your might.
Trucks. Enemy targets detected. Ready for another? Net markers activate. Time for a good old counterattack.
Confess.
Let it fall.
Still waters of oblivion.
Hope you're prepared. In the name of Let Will forged in ice never falters!
Bear witness to
Commencing support. We've entered the storm. To guard and defend. Crush them.
Free will, or was it destined for oblivion?
You are fighting a gentleman. Let's unload.
How familiar.
Ready for another? Net markers activate. Time for a good old counterattack.
Rise to the challenge.
Lend me your strength.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Put forth all your might.
Again.
Enemy targets detected.
Hope you're prepared. In the name of Let Will forged in ice never falters!
There's always a weakness.
Still waters of oblivion.
Behold this symbol of pure. Let the duel commence.
Commencing support. Enemy data net markers activate. Time for a good old counterattack.
Confess. Put forth all your might.
This ends here.
Lend me your strength. We've entered the storm. To guard and defend. Crush them.
Another journey begins. Desperate for oblivion.
The flesh wound.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
We don't have much time. May fate allow us to meet again, Knight of Beauty. In that case, let's make our way to the end. Penacony's really thronging with talent. I hope we make it in time.
Stream 4. Lean forward.
Congratulations to the Galactic Baseballer and Firefly on becoming Miss Sword Sand Festival's champion! We look forward to their amazing entrance in the Charmony Festival! Let's give a round of applause to our aspiring young guests!
Congratulations to the both of you on becoming the festive superstars of this year's Charmony Festival. Before entering the Grand Theater, I, on behalf of the organizers, extend my sincere congratulations to you, wishing you joy under their radiance. As previously promised, my sister, Mr. Yang, and I have met with the Dream Master. We delved into the truth about Penacony and its Stellaron, and have come to a consensus. Both I and the Oak family cannot acquiesce to your request.
Just as expected.
We acknowledge the perspective of you, Nameless. Penacony does require change, but not as you propose. The planet of festivities cannot and will not revert to a place characterized by chaos, disorder, or anarchy. Through your journey of overcoming obstacles, you must have glimpsed the vulnerable, ruthlessly eliminated, equality non-existent, common folk living precarious lives, eking out a dreary existence.
Through your journey of overcoming obstacles, you must have glimpsed the essence of that era. The vulnerable, ruthlessly eliminated, equality non-existent, common folk living precarious lives, eking out a dreary existence. Ultimately,
only heroes
like yourselves manage to achieve success.
But I would dare ask,
Why would I dare ask,
if you did not
Kevin,
possess the
if you did not
special
possess the special
status
status
of
of having a Stellaron,
and you were but
and you were but an anonymous,
frail
failed
member
member
among
of
the
the
masses,
masses, which
Penacony
would you
would
prefer?
A dystopia
A
for
dystopia for
the
survival
fittest,
of the fittest,
or a
or a
sweet
stellar
dream
dream paradise
for all?
for all?
That's not the point! Don't let him mislead you!
Mr. Sunday, even if the members of the Oak family can't fully agree on what to do about the Stellaron, now's not exactly the time to be holding an extensive discourse about Penacony's past and future, is it? The Stellaron issue concerns the life and death of everyone on Penacony. If anyone has a better suggestion, the crew is more than willing to listen. Also, it'd be best to tell us the ins and outs of that meeting. This way, we'll at least know what Welt and Miss Robin are dealing with, and the reason why they failed to make our appointment.
Ah, Navigator. That is precisely my intention. With all present, let's begin by discussing the details of that meeting. Let's talk about our tribulations and choices, our ideals and beliefs, and our final course of action. The only path to take.
You mean to say that for the longest time, there have been scoundrels who would use the Charmony Festival that I have bequeathed to the masses as a tool to realize their ambition?
Indeed, Dream Master. Once the Charmony Festival begins, the Stellaron's powers, along with the song, will be broadcast across the entire planet of Penacony. And then everyone in their dreams will be unable to awaken.
This is indeed surprising to me. The dreamscape is maintained by the collective effort of the 5 families. If someone were to use the Charmony Festival to recklessly disseminate the power of the Stellaron, this individual must hold a position of great authority. Do you have any suspects?
I'd like to ask, did you really not know of the Stellaron's existence?
I would have never thought that this nameless would point the spear at me. Quite astonishing indeed.
If I have offended, the Astral Express extends its sincere apologies. But the current circumstances are dire and leave no room for meticulous inquiry. We're doing this out of concern for the Dreamscape's safety. So, if you could, please alleviate our concerns.
Dream Master, it's just to prove that the Charmony Festival has nothing to do with the Stellaron. If we're being overly cautious, I will return to the stage to offer tribute in song, just per the arrangement.
Sunday, Robin. I've watched you two grow up, and know your dispositions like the back of my hand. Both of you, right now, can surely be lauded as their most devout advocates. I already know your resolve. The magnitude of this matter is enormous, and cannot be taken lightly. Since Mr. Yang has asked with such earnestness, I will personally respond in kind. If there is a need, the entire Oak family will be mobilized to heed your call. Someday, might I ask you to beseech them to cast their light unto me, and question me in their stead, so that no lies may be concealed?
I will do as you command.
Robin, could I entrust you to be present as a witness, to document the truth, and to proclaim my innocence, so that all slander may be utterly dispelled?
I will do as you command.
May thy will be carried out on earth, just as it is in the heavens.
Oh, triple-faced soul, please sear his tongue and palms with a hot iron, so that he will not be able to fabricate lies and make false vows.
Let us begin. There is nothing else to prepare.
Understood? Question. Have you devoted your life to your god, never worshipping other gods?
Naturally.
Do you love your god as you do yourself, always heeding their admonishments?
Naturally.
Have you strayed from the path expected by your god, betraying their name?
Never.
Have you ever been inordinate with your asks of your god, coveting more than the foundation of the creation itself?
Never.
Then, a final question. Do you swear to fulfill all vows, past, present, and future?
With the Eon as my witness, if I do not deliver on my words, or if I renege on my vows, may I be cursed in accordance with divine law.
They have seen your faith, and have endorsed your faith. With this, it can be evidenced...
Just a moment.
What is it, Mr. Yang?
I have another question I hope to have answered. To my understanding, the family's harmony and prosperity have never relied on so-called divine laws. The god you both mentioned, are they truly Shipe?
Mr. Yang should know that those belonging to the family toil together as if they were kin, embracing solidarity and unity under their light. All duplicity is laid bare before the harmony. Such a delicate and complex symphony. Which other god could perfectly harmonize this, if not for the Great One, Shipe?
Perfectly harmonize. Therein lies the problem. It isn't an outsider lurking in the shadows who changed the harmony, but a dissonance that has surreptitiously emerged from within this very symphony itself. In the distant past, there existed an Eon. With one flick of the wrist, they crafted the laws of the cosmos. Their followers formed the Beyond the Sky Choir, spreading solemn and reverent hymns throughout the universe. Later, they fell. The route traversed by this Eon clashed with the harmony, ultimately being absorbed and fused into it. The chorus that once reverberated across worlds fell silent, and when it echoed anew, it was transformed into the hymn of harmony. Though an Eon may perish, paths with no masters still linger. In the all-forgiving harmony, echoes of bygone dissonance may subtly arise.
Mr. Yang, being overly astute can be a detriment. Especially when you find yourself alone and without ally.
So this is how it is.
For the sake of our grand cause, Sunday, please afford these two an opportunity to rest.
What?
Sorry, Robin. It's just you. I did not wish for you to know this. It's a pity that things have turned out this way.
So, this is the true reason I can't sing? The shadow that envelops Penacony is actually...
We were never children of the harmony. Our ideal paradise could not have been crafted by Shipe. True bliss can only be guaranteed by the one who transcends the many. Within the foundation of law, humanity establishes civilization, and through harmony, we obtain order.
Unbelievable. To think that there would be remnants of the Order on Penacony.
What have you done with Mr. Yang and Miss Robin?
Don't worry. I just gave them some time alone to ponder their fates.
You should know that these actions make you an enemy of the Astral Express.
should we need to stand against the Nameless, it would only be myself and the Oak family involved. But we haven't reached that point yet, have we? Your efforts for the justice of Penacony are evident to everyone, and have been widely observed. Patience is a virtue. However, I won't hold it against you. On the contrary, I'm here to make my intentions clear.
If it is the Order that drove you to imprison Welt and Robin, and you're using them to coerce our compliance, then there'll be no point in entertaining any type of discussion.
You're mistaken, Miss Himiko. They are in very safe hands, and just as the family has always proclaimed, no one can be harmed in the dreamscape, least of all in the beautiful new world belonging to the Order. Penacony and the entire universe have witnessed far too much innocent bloodshed. The strong wield their blades against the weak, and the victors push the vanquished to the brink of life. Natural selection. The world abides by this principle, establishing the well-being of humanity atop the corpses of the downtrodden. Only we, or rather, I, possess the power to put an end to this farce.
So you've decided to resurrect a dead Eon? No one's ever done such a thing.
If Miss Himiko is interested, let's draw back the veil and speak candidly. I've always firmly believed that people can understand one another through peaceful means. I'm willing to divulge the unembellished truth as to the intentions of the Order's Pathstriders, so that you will make better judgment for the Astral Express, for Penacony, and for this stretch of the universe. Words can hardly do justice to the beauty of that ideal. So, come with me, everyone. Let us retrace our steps, and see once again where this road leads.
Huh? Where'd he go?
Welcome. This isn't any location in Penacony's dreamscape. It's my inner world. The reason the scenery before you remains unchanged is because your consciousness has drawn on similar concepts to fill in the gaps.
Did you do the same to Welt?
It's a tuning process. Stronger in effect and more draining on the mind. The gray-haired guest has experienced it before, so she should understand what it entails. Tuning allows you to intuitively grasp my feelings, which also means that I cannot hide anything from you. Now, everyone, please look at the huge screen. The road we once took begins here.
What time is it?
From this point
Google.
on, you will
Hey,
witness
Google.
the numerous decisions
Hey, Google.
I've faced.
What time is it in the
I've selected
Philippines?
a portion of these to share with you. I believe after going through similar predicaments,
I
you'll be
believe
able
after
to
going
better
through
understand
similar
my
predicaments, you'll be able to better understand.
Let's begin.
Let's begin.
The first decision.
The first decision.
A story about a
Story
baby
about
bird.
a baby.
This story happened when Robin and I were very young. We were victims of the Stellaron disaster, and the family's Mr. Gopher Wood, who would later become the Dream Master of Penacony, saw that we siblings had no one to turn to and took us in.
This story happened when Robin and I were very young. We were victims of the Stellaron disaster, and the family's Mr. Gopher Wood, who would later become the Dream Master of Penacony, saw that we siblings had no one to turn to, and took us in.
Later on, Robin and I lived a time with nary a care in the world. One day, after dinner, while my younger sister and I were lounging about in Mr. Gopher Wood's yard,
Gopher, what's
we
yours?
spotted a fledgling Charmony dove all on its own.
Later on, Robin and I lived in a tiny, near Caribou One day, after dinner, while my younger sister and I were lounging about in Mr. Gopherwood's yard, we spotted a fledgling charming dove.
That baby bird was tiny. It didn't even have all of its feathers, and it couldn't sing. When we found it, it was already on its last breath,
having fallen into a shrub, probably abandoned by
Probably
its
decided
owners.
to build a nest
We
for it
decided to
right
build a
there
nest
and
right there and then. However, thinking back,
that
that
winter was unusually cold,
with fierce
with
winds
fierce
and
winds at
nights
night in the yard.
not to mention
Not to
the
mention the many
poisonous
poisonous bugs and wild beasts,
in
and it was clear that if we left the
fledgling
fledgling
in the yard,
it
it
stood
stood no chance of surviving until spring. So I suggested we take it back inside, place it on the shelf by the window,
Place
and
it
ask
on
the
the
adults
shelf
to
by the
fashion
window.
a
We
cage.
decided that when it
We
regained
decided
strength
when it
enough to
regained
spread
strength enough to
its
spread
wings,
its wings, we would
we
release
would
it back
release
into
it back into the wild.
the tragic part. Something that we never considered. But the
Something
bird's
that we
fate
never
had already been
considered.
determined before along this moment.
Its destiny was determined by our momentary whim. Now, I pass the power of choice to you all. Faced with this situation, what choice would you make? Stick to the original plan and build a nest with soft net where the Charmony dove fell, or build a cage for it and feed it, giving it the utmost care from within the warmth of a home. I eagerly await your answer.
That guy just casually throws this kind of question. If it were me, I guess I'd choose to build a cage for the little Charmony dove. After all, leaving it there, it's bound to get hurt by wild animals or something.
It looks like he really has no intention of imprisoning it. Back to the question. I would personally choose to build the little Charmony dove a cage. No special reason. I do think that a fledgling should have the right to fly into the sky.
I can't decipher his intentions right now. Even if I was gonna release it back into the sky, it'd have to be strong enough to fly first. If I left it where I found it, I fear I'd never get the chance to fly ever again.
Stream forth.
Interesting. Since you've made up your mind, allow me to reveal what fate this choice will bring to the fledgling. From what I've observed, there are at least 3 predators in that yard that prey on small birds. The Vossicle scorpion, Asdana wolverine, and the Huntington winged snake. Even if they shy away from humans, these animals are still near apex predators in a fenced location like a yard. In such a location, only one fate awaits that little Charmony dove. A painful. As for the choice you made, I am deeply sorry. This story happened when I was appointed as Bronze Melodia, a position exclusive to the Oak family, charged with listening to the problems and it was during that period that I had the opportunity to hear voices from all corners of the dreamscape. He was a dream chaser and an illegal stowaway. Just like the rest of them, he came to Penacony in search of a better life. Except that, To most people, the price he paid, I suppose you could say it was everything.
He was a dream chaser, an illegal stowaway. Just like the rest of them, he came to Penacony in search of a better life. Except that, to most people, the price he paid, I suppose you could say it was everything.
He told me.
He told me.
I sold
everything
everything I could at home. The house, the land, even his 2 children. He had a plan in place. He would buy back his children once he had made his fortune, and enjoy Penacony's beautiful dream with them. Alas, after hearing the Dream Chaser's story, I immediately appealed to the Bloodhound family to cease their pursuit. That way, I'll tell you the outcome soon. Will you do as I did, and try to convince, or will you remain silent, leaving him to languish while the hounds are hot on his heels, until his inevitable judgment arrives? I look forward to everyone's decision.
A dream chaser story. But what cruel
This question, I'd probably...
It seems illegal stowaways are really quite common on Penacony. But that guy in the story, I don't think he deserves any. He sold his kids to chase a dream. With that thought, there's only one choice. Let the Bloodhound send
Hello?
him back home. This person deserves to be punished.
Oh, hello. Is that Michael? Oh, hey. Hold on, let me check. It's in my room, so. Give me a sec.
Illegals. He sold his kids to chase a dream. Even if he intended to go back with that thought, there's only one choice. Let the Bloodhound send him.
It seems you, like me, are pondering whether a different choice could have led to a better outcome. Say he never gets caught. He would only die from delirium. The methods with which illegal stowaways enter dreams are unorthodox. Not flawless like the hotels, should he be apprehended. Could the hounds afford to turn a blind eye? The answer is a definitive no. They could, as to your choice. And the story this time. This story happened the day I was appointed the Oak family head. At that time, what surprised me was that the Dream Master had... The letter contained the usual pleasantries, anecdotes from her travels. Nothing out of the ordinary. just as I started wondering how this letter related to our discussion.
Do you know who wrote this letter?
My sister, of course. But why would you personally visit me to hand me a letter from my sister containing mere trivialities?
To help you grasp the full scope of this issue.
From what the letter indicates, she must be in Caspelina 8, correct? She's touring there right now.
Correct. Has she mentioned anything about a stray bullet?
A stray bullet? What?
A war has broken out on that planet. It is because of this very reason that Robin chose this destination. She hoped to ease the people's suffering with song, and was willing to brave mortal danger to deliver the IPC's medical supplies.
Is she alright?
If the operation was successful, she should probably be recovering in the field. By the eon above, the bullet struck her neck directly, yet possibly as a reward for her consistent deeds of harmony. It didn't hit any vital arteries. Once you've attended to your outstanding task.
Those damned savages! I'll pack my bags right away. My gratitude for bringing this to my attention, Mr. Gopherwood. Now you understand why she always wears such elaborate neck ornaments.
How could this happen?
It's all in the past, so please don't worry. I shared likewise. I've prepared one last question, one last choice. But rest assured, this choice will not have any grave consequences, because this is merely a figment of a... Would you still support Robin's journey on the path of harmony?
Miss Robin's courage isn't but the fact that she's also Mr. Sunday's younger sister.
I often feel their confusion and if with each trailblaze, dangers and tribulations will surely follow.
I can't believe that happened to Miss Robin.
I see. I am now aware of everyone's stances. Raising these questions merely serves to illustrate one point. The plight of Penacony cannot be salvaged by the harmony. The true foundation for a sweet dream paradise can only be established through the order, where the strong govern the weak. I know the suffering of being tormented, the turmoil of losing your way, how sorrow and even despair set in when matters don't work out. All of this causes me unending pain, because this is not what happiness is at all. We must teach the weak how to live a happy life, and this life isn't some noble propriety that the upper crust preaches, but in definitive terms, a way of survival that belongs to everyone.
So what is your definition of living a happy life?
Good question. Human consciousness is fundamentally an illusion, a cage known as self-worth. People lured in by this illusion make mistakes, yet still ask that external influences bear the burden. When one mistake after the next permeates the masses, they become impossible to trace. Thus, the amassing of these individual cages culminate to form a prison, a place dictated only by the rule of survival of the fittest. Nature is always accompanied by predation and sacrifice. Its antithesis is known as order. That is what I want to do. Unite people's happiness under the banner of order. They won't need to make bitter choices any longer, nor face the weaknesses of humanity. They can cast aside their primal instincts to build a haven for mankind. Simply describing thoughts is far too abstract, so allow me to provide a simple example. As you all may know, There are societal norms like weekends and long weekends that exist on some worlds. During these hard-earned rest days, people are given the chance to extricate themselves from the stresses of everyday life, allowing a certain tranquility to return to their souls. And it is only on these days that people do not have to adhere to the law where the strong prey on the weak. They can live out their lives happily during these brief intermissions. It's just a pity that 2 or 3 days are still too fleeting compared to the span of a lifetime. From where I stand, society's ideal system should be 7 rest days. Following Sunday, there should ensue a second, a third, and indeed an infinite procession of Sundays. This should be the face of the new world. Idyllic, eternal, peaceful days. And thus, every person can return to their base selves in this utopia. Some gaze in reverence at the stars, pouring their whole beings into calculating the distance between us and the isolated world of Pagana. Meanwhile, some seek refuge in quiet corners, holding one another, unencumbered by the chains of unwelcome obligations. There would be no need to bear the hardships of reality. Only in this way can humanity face the inevitable end with the purest of spirit, living a life of dignity. This is what it is to live in bliss. Miss Firefly, you who are stricken with entropy loss syndrome, you of all would surely understand this.
It sounds like a flawless theory.
But what is the price to attain all this?
The cost is minute, merely a personal and eternal sacrifice. If this paradise is to be maintained for everyone, someone must remain trapped in solitary awakening until the end of the cosmos.
Awakening. Which means that this so-called paradise is still a dream. Stepping into this paradise means forsaking reality, correct?
It is not forsaking, but transcending. Flesh, blood, sorrow, weakness. If the physical is the root of spiritual suffering, it is only logical that we defeat it.
But in this supposed bliss, people won't have defeated their demons. The chance to overcome their tribulations would be forever lost to them. In other words, it is an escape.
That's another way of understanding it. But there is no shame in escape. On the contrary, the seeds of escape exist in every... Don't you agree, Miss Firefly? And as to why we sleep, it is because... But this is not in conflict with the grand plan. Only in acknowledging this can we truly understand the frailty of human nature. And from the...
I admit that you are a born leader. Your perspective on humanity brims with pessimism. But unlike you, I live for the self. From my perspective, individuals making choices for themselves is their birthright. The want to escape may be innate in the weak. But whether they are weak or not, it is not up to another to decide. Perhaps in your mind, you also view me as weak. Because I don't think so.
Since Miss Firefly has said her piece, the Astral Express will also naturally give you our answer. We'll leave it to you. Just as Mr. McHale...
What is this place?
Does this place ring any bells, Misha?
I don't know. But
I feel a sense of deja vu. What is this place?
It's the realm within a dream bubble. This was left to the Astral Express by a nameless. But weirdly, when Dr. Edward from the Dreamscape sales store told me that dreams are formed from memories, and a dream bubble can't, so I thought, I'm counting on you.
Himeko, I still don't get it.
I wasn't sure. It was just a hunch. Exactly. This is where you and Firefly encountered death. Which, the question now is, we're drawing closer to the truth.
All right, but there are...
I guess... maybe this way? I'm not entirely sure, but... let's give it a try.
Wait, you managed to choose the right door on...
Weird. This, if I remember correctly, and the room on... hold on.
This could be a case of amnesia. But since this place seems familiar...
Yeah.
Mikhail, that's the name, so...
I'm sorry. I don't know much.
Anything special?
Mikhail is...
Grandpa?
But we haven't heard anything about the watchmaker having descended. Could you tell us more?
Yeah, sure. He was a seafarer who fearlessly ventured into mysterious seas and storms. He didn't want me to call him Grandpa because that would make him sound old. Every time he came back...
It appears that the sea... So, where is your...
He went off on a new journey. So, where has Clocky gone? Did he leave to protect Dreamville? I heard some noise.
You and Oregon...
Yeah. It's a member of the Compass crew. Just like they follow Miss Mirror's orders.
Sailor.
Could you tell us more about the
The Compass is...
That's a great story. But in the...
Huh? Weird.
Perhaps Clocky has a hidden past.
I think... I hear the sound of water.
You once mentioned there's a magnificent fountain up ahead. Look, there it is!
The water resembles a precious... Every time I gaze at the shimmering light...
Have you recalled anything, Misha?
Yeah. I saw these sentences in Grandpa's logbook. He used to say that despite the perils of the sea, whenever he stood on the deck in the afternoon, overlooking the sparkling waves, he would think of this fountain in front of his house. He often said that those moments felt like returning to his family's side, and the difficulties at sea didn't seem quite as challenging.
Hey, don't tease! I was just being a bit sentimental.
Perhaps every adventurer far from home carries a fountain within their soul. Even though the other side of the sea remains shrouded in the unknown, the fountain in front...
Yeah. Well, Grandpa was at home back then. I would ask...
It seems this Mikhail...
Yeah. Based on...
But this raises more questions. According to Misha, he was clearly born on an oceanic planet and led an ordinary life. Could this be...
I'm sorry. I don't know. Perhaps I'll...
We're going to the opposite side, right?
No. We should turn left here.
Huh? Something feels different about this place.
This is it. I remember this corridor. Up ahead is... Grandpa's study. It was in that room that I saw him the last time.
So many challenges rock the familiar!
in this room feels...
Misha! You finally come!
Clocky, you're here! Yeah. This is the room where we first met each other.
Are those books on the bookshelf logbooks left behind by that...
Yeah. Whenever he came back, he placed a logbook on the bookshelf in his room. He described our world to ensure that everyone on that day... He called me to his
On
study.
that day, he called me to
Telling
his
me
study,
that he was embarking
telling
on
me that he
another
was
journey.
embarking on another journey. However,
However,
I could sense the gravity
I
in
could
his
sense the
expression.
gravity in his expression.
It was the same look I had seen on my father's face before his
It was
final
this.
voyage.
I asked him if I could go
I
with
asked him
him.
if I could go with him, but he said my
He
adventure
said that
lay
my
elsewhere and
adventure
told me to
lay
stay home
elsewhere.
occasionally will wait
He
until
told me to
he
stay
stopped
home.
the door.
What sound?
He told
He
me
told me
about a
about
vast ocean in the sky.
An ocean of stars. He spoke of a train that
He
transports
spoke of a
children
train
with
that
desired
transports
adventures
children
far
with a
away,
desire to venture far
traversing
away.
the sea of stars without
Traversing
ever
the sea of...
stopping.
He said
He said that
he knew the crew on the train,
and that he had asked them to take me along. He said the journey I have always dreamed of would start
there.
here.
A train? Could it be...
It's the Astral Express. I
remember.
remember now.
I was friends with a group of maidens who came to this world to resolve the disaster caused by this.
Then he gave his pocket watch to me.
It was his treasure. Appearing in every one of his adventure
One
tales.
of his adventure
He
tales.
explained that difficult times were ahead,
He
but
explained
assured
that
me that the
difficult
watch
times
would
were ahead.
guide me.
He said,
As long as I kept moving forward, I'd eventually reach my desired destination. And then it was as I felt.
At the distant sound of a train whistle.
Exactly, Misha! And then we followed that whistle, didn't we?
Yeah. I think I can still find the way we took back then.
This is the dream jigsaw, right?
Do you remember? You said...
Hey.
Looks like we're just one...
This is it. This is my room of clocks while I spent my time waiting for Grandpa to return from his voyage. Walter gave me this workshop, and it became my secret base.
While I spent my time waiting for Grandpa to return from his voyage, Walter gave me this workshop, and it became my secret base. Here,
I learned how to
prepare clockwork and gears
out
and
of
my
my
fondness
fondness
of
of precision
precision mechanics. In my dreams, I was the captain of the
I was
compass,
the captain of the compass,
embarking on
adventures with my companions,
Clocky
and Miss Mirror.
search of my
I was born and raised here.
So, this building in the dream bubble...
This
is
building
your
in the dream
childhood
bubble is
home?
your childhood home.
Yes,
Yes,
but not exactly.
exactly.
To be more
precise,
this dream bubble itself
is
is my home.
Looks like you've remembered everything now.
Wait.
What's up?
Why does it feel like everyone else knows something I don't?
Marge, do you remember when she mentioned the clocky that only she could see?
Manifestation of Golden Frieza. It's the true manifestation of Golden Frieza.
I'm a voice actor.
The little
He's
guy
charring
here,
his
right?
chesticles for locals
But
in
we all
heat.
saw him in Dreamflux Reef.
He's charring his chesticles for locals in heat. He's such a thirsty gorilla.
I'm a voice actor. Magic is an art of performance. Magic is an art of
The answer
performance.
lies in the Astral Express. Her experience shows that neither Firefly nor Acheron can see this Clocky. And when we were in Dreamflux Reef, you may have noticed that for some reason, nobody outside of the crew had ever talked with Clocky.
You should really take me lightly. Noir is outdated. Well, actually,
A
Noir
mimetic
is
life
outdated.
that can only be seen by a select few. It's just like a hidden message left by someone for the nameless.
But Misha can see Clocky too, right? They even grew up together. But Misha hasn't started the way of the Trailblaze yet.
That's the key to the mystery, March. Now, take a moment to recall. Have you ever seen anyone outside of the crew interact with Misha?
Wait. No way! But Misha can see Clocky too, right? They even grew up together. But Misha hasn't started the way of the Trailblaze yet.
A mimetic life. That's the key to the mystery, Mark. Have you ever seen anyone outside of...
Wait.
That's the answer, March 7th. This dream bubble is the place where I was born. And I'm a dweller in this dream. Just like a memory zone meme. I should have stayed here and waited for you. But when reality and memories merge...
So it's not that the watch and the whistle you heard. Was this...
That's one way to see it. But how about we start with your name?
Thank you all for helping me rediscover my I was born on Lushaka, in the Presmere system. Adopted by seafarers Mikhail and Char. They gave me a treasure. A name. Mikhail Char Legwork. Or simply, Misha. If you prefer, you can call me by a more familiar name. The Watchmaker.
So, you're the
He's the Watchmaker? Ain't no way.
Unfortunately, that legendary figure is no more.
Unfortunately,
I'm only a reflection of his life.
it's no more. I'm only a reflection of his life.
As for the child
As
who
for
has
the
been
child
with
that's
you,
been with you,
he's the innocent protagonist of Misha's childhood dream.
A friend of
Of
Clocky,
Clocky,
an apprentice,
a young apprentice,
and a future mechanic.
and a future
Express.
mechanic. And this
And
also
this
marks
also
the beginning
marks
of
the
his
beginning
journey,
of the journey
devoted
devoted
to the
to the
Trailblaze.
At the end of the journey,
I left
I
this
left
this
this
little
little
flame,
which I so cherished
in
in my deepest dreams,
pass it on to the nameless
hoping
future
to gather
generations. However,
he
somehow
left the dream bubble and forgot all about his task.
I apologize.
I apologize for all the confusion.
Because he was born with a desire to trailblaze, wasn't he? I don't think Misha has forgotten his role as a guide. He remembered it, and that's why he mistakenly appeared as a hotel doorman in her dream from the very beginning. The one who brought our unconscious friend here must have been Misha. If that's the case, we encountered the Watchmaker's legacy from the beginning.
Well, I have a sarcastic friend who says I always take big detours and end up back where I started. But in the end, you found me. I'm sure you're all wondering what my legacy is. I believe my hound has mentioned the Stellaron and my wealth. If I may apologize, the Stellaron part is real. As for my wealth, however, it's nothing more than a faceless rumor.
if I may apologize, the Stellman part is real. As for my wealth, however, it's nothing more than a baseless rumor.
I left my
I
home
left my
as a
home
child
and
and embarked on the journey of Trailblaze.
I traveled to various planets until
traveled to
finally
various
reaching this dawn.
planets
Where my friends and
until
friends
finally
still
reaching
originally
Astana.
for his future ever since.
I've been moving forward all my life. Doing what I could to overcome the obstacles in my path.
But
ultimately, my journey reached its end.
Find no possessions worth a trust.
So, if you ask what's left, this worn-out train engine that can be called a legacy,
I suppose it's the things that are still firm
it's the things that are still firm now that you're well aware of the current situation of Penacony. I certainly hope that you'll help me get this world back on track. But I'll leave that decision to you.
The path of
trailblaze. All I have for you is a story. And two gifts. I want to give you my pocket watch.
It has accompanied
me throughout my long journey, guiding that naive child forward.
Blessed with the presence of so
It has been blessed with the hand in my hand too.
Too. The
The
one
one who
navigated
navigated
for me
placed
placed
it on my head and planted a fanciful thought in my mind.
trailblazing expedition will never
Trailblazing expedition will never end. Now, it's time for you to make your choice.
Once you have made
Once you've made up your mind,
open that door.
open that
Enter
door
the long dream.
and enter the long. I'll be waiting for you.
I'll be waiting for you at the end of
this corridor of time.
All right, everyone.
All right,
Let's
everyone.
make a decision.
Let's make a decision.
Although I don't think anyone will
Although
have
I
any
don't think
objections.
anyone. Of course. We've come this far. Surely there's no other option than moving forward. In that case, it's unanimous.
Then
Let's proceed together to the end of this journey.
And tell
And tell
Mikhail our
Mikhail
decision.
And tell Mikhail our decision. And tell Mikhail our decision. And tell Mikhail our decision. And tell Mikhail our decision.
Mikhail, where are you going?
Mikhail, where are you going?
Someone has to step up
Someone
and
has to
save
step
Rushaka.
up and save
So
Rushaka.
why can't it be me, Misha?
Why can't it be me, Misha?
Please don't go. And if you must, please take me with you. Don't leave me alone.
Please don't go. Please don't go. And if you must, please take me with you. Don't leave me alone.
Even without me, you know how to proceed forward, brave Captain Misha. The compass is waiting for you.
The compass is waiting for you. Haven't you always wanted to be a better adventurer than me?
Now go.
Now go. Board that train and start your journey.
Where are you going, Mikhail?
Mikhail.
I'm going to clean the floor in the parlor car. I've promised the conductor.
Wait, first tell me, did you fix this watch?
Yeah?
I know what it looked like before. Its chain was broken, the back case torn, and the marks on the dial all worn out.
Like before.
How did you
Chain
manage
was
to fix it?
broken, back case was torn, and the marks in the dial.
It's hard to explain,
Well,
but I knew it was
It's
fixed.
hard to explain, but I knew.
It's the hands, Mr.
It's the
Amundsen.
hands, Mr.
Its hands were
Its
tapped and
hands were
pointing in the
tapped
right
and pointing in the right direction, so I knew there would be a way to fix the rest.
I see.
I see.
You'll work
You'll
with
work with
me
me from now.
Have
We
a
always
choice.
conduct.
Wanted
I
to
was
tinker
going
with
to
this
this
train?
train. Yeah, it's mechanic now.
You're
It's
into
gonna be
mechanic.
talking.
Don't worry. You've got what it takes.
Don't
I'll
worry.
teach you what you need to
About
know.
what it takes. Teach you what you need to know.
Where are you going,
Where you
Legwork?
going?
It's time to head to our next stop.
I'm staying in Astana with Rosalina and Tiernan.
I'm staying in Astana with Rosalina.
I see. This place reminds you of home.
The people of Astana have only achieved a tiny victory and still have a long
People
way
of
to go
Astana have only
towards
achieved a
true
tiny victory
freedom.
and still have a long way to go.
Hanunu needs
Towards
us.
true freedom.
Don't worry. Not all journeys lead to the stars.
Not all journeys
Even
lead
if
to
I
the
leave the
stars.
Express,
If
our
I leave
path
the
of
Express,
trailblaze will continue.
our path of trailblaze will continue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew.
I knew you wouldn't stay on the Express forever.
Leave in peace, my
Leave in
friend.
peace.
And take this with you.
This is
This is
Mr. Amundsen's hat.
This is.
But why?
But why?
When he departed, he said he would leave it to his best student.
Well,
I suppose farewell, Legwork. Take care of Tiernan and Rosalina. And don't forget to write to us.
Where are you going?
Where are you going, watchmaker?
What the?
Where are you going, Watchmaker?
Don't worry, Micah. Just going on a little trip. Someone has to be at the forefront of the interstellar frontier, and I'm the only former nameless in Penacony. So why can't it be me?
Because you're all we have. Have you forgotten about Tiernan? The cosmos is way more dangerous now. What will happen to Penacony if we lose you too?
But what will happen to Penacony?
Where are you going, Watchmaker?
Penacony if...
Tiernan. How could I ever forget him?
How could I ever forget him?
I've spent countless sleepless nights asking myself why I didn't go with him back then. We nameless won't stop. Don't worry, Micah. It's just a matter of getting back to my old profession. Just wait for me to come back. But if, and it's a big if I don't come back in one piece, then you'll become the next Watchmaker.
If I don't come back in one piece, you'll become the next Watchmaker. The next one.
Where are you going, man? Oh, you're here. Answer my question. What are you up to? Relax, Gallagher. I just came up with a great idea. Wanna hear it? Oh, come on. Aren't all your ideas just ways to get yourself killed? I may be blunt. If you die too, the secret... Yes. I'm afraid there's no way out in Penacony. We'll organize a festival using the Watchmaker's... So... desperate. Make sure to send an invitation.
Misha! Where are you going?
Oh, it's you, Clocky. Take me to Dreamflux 3. Last night, I had a...
Write it down? Why?
Oh, so I won't...
Of course! You told me that...
Yes, but I was a kid. And there was always a I wanted to have a pocket.
Yeah. Every night, we boarded the compass and set sail together.
But you know what? It wasn't until it was a compass. So your name should have been Compassy and the Watchmaker.
We've arrived at Dreamflux 3. So, where to next?
You know, Clark, I don't think I'll be going anywhere else.
Please, wait a sec!
I've traveled far enough. And it's time for a little break.
I traveled far enough. It's time for a little break. No, I'll stay here.
I'll stay here.
And then, this is where it ends.
This is... where it ends? You told me.
Yeah, that's what I said.
That's what I said.
So now
it's up to you
to decide your next
destination.
Next destination?
Now it's up to you to decide your next destination.
Misha? You're acting weird today.
No,
No, I'm not feeling
I'm
down.
not feeling down.
As for clockwork, yeah, it resolves all problems
It
within this
resolves
dream.
all problems in this dream. So,
So,
do you know what clockwork actually is? Well, everyone gets lost at times. They may hesitate and doubt which way to go. That happens in this dreamscape and beyond. But don't worry. Everyone goes through moments of uncertainty and hesitation. Eventually, they gather the courage to make bold decisions, whether it's calming, joyful, angry, or sad. All they need is a little nudge to take that step toward where they truly belong. I'm leaving that little nudge with you, and I hope you'll share it with others. Such is the essence of clockwork, The will of the Trailblaze. Cloggy's hands spin around non-stop, indicating confusion, frustration, and weakness. But ultimately, people still need to move forward.
Just like your hands, always pointing ahead. This is where my journey ends. From now on, it is your path to walk.
Trailblazing means taking paths your predecessors forswore and venturing even further. The Penacony and Mikhail's dreams does not belong to order.
I can't believe that Eon would cast a glance at Penacony at a time like this. Is it because of the resonance from the legacy of the
Trailblaze? Or perhaps the bond between you is so strong that even
that it even...
Well, there might be another possibility. Perhaps they want to witness, on behalf of the fallen Eons, who will hold the future of Penacony.
If that's the case, on behalf
of the Dream Master of Penacony and the
107,336 members of the Oak family, I'm extending a formal invitation to all of you. I'm cordially inviting you all to the Penacony Grand Theater to participate in the upcoming Charmony Festival. And, of course, you won't be in the audience, but on center stage, since the future of the Stellaron, Penacony, and even the entire cosmos is at stake. If you truly believe in Akavili's path, then show me their courage and determination.
Please stay tuned. Please stay tuned. Please stay tuned. We need a strategy. Time to test our rapport. Dreams do come true.
Oh! It's time.
kick things off with you!
It's my turn.
Enemy targets detected. I'll contain them. Enemy data sync net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Do you admit this crime?
In the mood for another beating?
By the order of the Ten Lords, execute the Marastruck! No alien needs the Marastruck.
Rhythm get messed up. The mood is set just right. Let the show begin! Let's improvise.
Commencing support. Enough.
Slice like a good fruit, my friends. Indulge yourself.
Dreams do come true.
Does that mean he...
I'm afraid so.
This is weird. Aren't Arc villains usually plotting some dirty conspiracy in the...
Well, in my opinion, I sensed a strong that's why he'll...
Dumbass
Yeah,
option.
you're right. We've even dealt with a Lord Ravager of the Destruction, so a follower of the Order won't be a big deal.
Anyway, we can't leave the Stellaron unchecked. This is about now that we've taken up the mantle.
However, the same applies to a desire to dream. They've harnessed the will of an entire...
What do you mean?
I believe Firefly is...
Before I left, the Destiny Slave told me that this journey would bring unforgettable because one of the lines said...
3 times?
The first time was a painful death when I was stabbed by the blade. So now I've understood the meaning of my second death. And I am prepared to face it. If all goes well, only by achieving victory in this battle.
The most terrible...
The true death. Where everyone in Penacony loses themselves completely.
We must do everything.
Have you made up?
Yes.
Thank you again for your assistance for the...
Yeah. I dreamed of a scorched earth.
Everyone, are you ready?
A new shoot sprouted from the earth. It bloomed in the morning sun and whispered to me. Like fireflies to a flame, my biggest death. May we meet again in reality.
After today, Japella's name will disappear from Cosmic. That's your next...
Land of the dream. You mean?
Silverwolf told me about it.
Well, I want to live. People die. We...
Do you exist?
Are you not the same, Blade? The end you desire is not one dictated by others. If I were to die now, I would only, though its definition escapes me. Isn't this the answer that ordinary people look for their whole lives? A name that can be carved onto their tombstone. A tombstone that belongs to me once bore the inscription, Glamoth's Iron Cavalry. Then it changed to Stellaron Hunter. It will bear the name Firefly. And all the brilliance she showed at the end of her life.
That's quite unexpected, old man. Who would have thought your crazy plan would... I can sense that this false sweet dream is coming to an end. The Nameless may be young, but they had the ability to achieve this goal. Just it's a shame you won't be able to see it firsthand. Maybe I won't either. Yeah, not just those Nameless. Even Mr. Wings is just like you. But in the end, we managed to do it. And now we can find solace. Well, I don't know if they really meant it, but... if longing for freedom means... then I'll be joining you soon. Let's get together and have supper again in hell. Oh, I almost forgot. There's one more thing. Here's to you. A glass of hello and goodbye, Trailblazer, to the imperfect tomorrow.
It's warm here, isn't it? You're lucky to have found shelter from the rain. Let alone fresh berries in this desolate place.
I was just following the scent of life. It's particularly strong in a place like this. It's a shame these berries don't have much flavor.
Seriously? In case you didn't know, this fruit is pretty juicy. The only downside is that when you chew it, it becomes extremely spicy. Have you lost your sense of taste?
I can still taste certain things, like a faint sweetness. Before coming here, I stopped by a place called Orkron. It had barren cliffs and nights lit by bonfires. Burgundy snow would fall from the sky, and when it landed on my tongue, it tasted like raspberries. The flavor wasn't exactly sweet, but it left a lasting impression. When I think back on my past, I realize that what's tying everything together isn't the big events, but rather these small yet unforgettable moments.
The flavor wasn't exactly sweet. It left a lasting impression. When I think back on the past, I realized that what's tying everything together isn't the big events, rather these small yet unforgettable moments. The flavor wasn't exactly sweet, but it left a lasting impression. A lasting impression. When I think back on my past, I realized that what's tying everything together isn't the big events, but rather these small yet unforgettable.
Don't worry about it. Losing oneself is a reality that every self-annihilator must face. At least I haven't completely lost my senses and memories yet.
Losing oneself is a reality that every self-annihilator must face. At least I haven't completely lost my senses and memories yet.
Well, congratulations on adding... By the way, are you always alone?
No, I had a companion in Orkron.
She's a short, nameless girl who aspired to explore IX. She always said she'd walk a path deeper and farther than Akavilis. She became stagnant water.
Well, my condolences.
Condolences. I don't need them. The girl left with a smile. She never regretted her choice and most definitely wanted me to say goodbye with a smile. So, that's what I did.
Girl left with a smile. She never regretted her choice.
That's proof that you're grieving for her.
Or perhaps I'm just afraid.
Afraid?
I'm afraid I'll forget the 30 days I spent with her. Just like all the other days in my life. Most of them have. I fear that those vivid red memories will fade.
Hard to imagine. A ranger.
Because I have experienced this warmth many times. Long ago, I promised someone that I'd bring it to more people. And that for every remaining moment of my life, I'd strive for... As long as this red color still lingers, I have a chance to fulfill that promise. It represents a burning fire, a blooming flower, the berries in this cave, and life itself, fleeting. In the end, it will lead me beyond the horizon of existence. And on the other...
The one blessed by the sleeping and shapeless is considering how to kill them. That's truly pure nihility. But you're right about one thing. After spending so...
When will this rain?
Perhaps...
Have you heard of a planet named Biari Scamandros, Don Hung? It's one of the Paradise Kingdoms under the influence of the Harmony. A sought-after wonderland for the inhabitants of the Dardanu Major and Minor systems. Half an Amber Era ago, the family held an unprecedented festival there. And after that, everyone on the planet became part of the family.
Hey Google,
do you think the same
what
thing
is
will happen in
unprecedented?
Penacony?
Yes. Or how else can we
Oh, hey
explain
Google,
it?
what does
The
unprecedented
family
mean?
deliberately used the Watchmaker's invitation to keep all the Pathstriders here, but banished the Emanator of the Nihility.
Because of the nihility, I'm rarely affected by the power of other paths, but somehow I can unconsciously infiltrate them.
I would disagree. Biari Scamandros is not part of the credit system or connected to the Silver Rail. It's nothing more than a remote civilization sheltered by the Harmony. But Penacony is... If the family messes with Penacony, that would be like declaring war on almost half of the factions in the cosmos. They have no reason to do that.
No, they don't. If they truly serve the Harmony, that is.
What do you mean?
The path in Penacony is impure. The Harmony here has impurities.
Do you remember the ancient swarm disaster? Tazeront, the propagation, brought endless havoc to the universe, and it eventually evolved into a fierce battle among all eons. Two paths lost their eons in that war, the propagation and the order. Coincidentally, their downfall is related to a certain eon.
Shipe, the Harmony. Legend has it that they participated in the crusade against the Imperator Insectorum and devoured Anna the Order for unknown reasons.
Holy forgaroni. So you're saying that the two leaderless paths are working behind the scenes?
But I don't see any descendants of the propagation in Penacony. Could it be that the remnants of Beyond the Sky Choir are hiding within the family, trying to resurrect a fallen eon?
I can't say for sure. but they're definitely planning something for the Charmony Festival.
This is getting way too complicated. Is this why you want us to leave Astana right away? Are you giving up?
The Charmony Festival will start soon. There's one thing that I need to confirm no matter what. A warp jump is the best way to do so.
Time is running out. I have another plan.
Hold on. Are you thinking of using the Jade Abacus of Allying Oath?
Exactly. The assistance from the lawful Cloud Knights would be enough.
Think it over carefully. You can only use that once in your lifetime.
I have considered it thoroughly. My companions are... they're also once-in-a-lifetime treasures.
Are you the only one here, my child? The Nameless is quite the diplomat. Our secrets have spread like wildfire within the family. And IPC starships are gathered. This is a crucial moment for us. So, where is the jump?
What do you mean, Master? I'm right here in front of you, aren't I?
You know, she was supposed to be the star of the Charmony Festival. In our plan.
But the plan has changed. As her brother, I know she doesn't want to sing for the Order. So I'll take her place.
You've always been wise beyond your years. I'm sure you understand the consequences of your choice.
If you consider this a betrayal, well, there can't be two sons and...
Do you believe in karma?
If karma exists, then everyone has their own karma. You have yours, and I have mine. And my karma has nothing to do with you, Mr. Gopherwood.
All right. Since you're willing to sacrifice yourself for her, I'll grant your wish.
Well, the compromise came sooner than expected. Why?
You and your sister were born as twins of the Order. And one of you is destined to follow this path to the end.
Gym pass anymore. I'm still waiting for it. What? I don't have my gym pass anymore. I'm still waiting for that. Is that yourself? Is it? Yeah, it's expensive. I didn't remember. Yeah, that's not right. Yeah. Yeah, no. Oh, damn it. For anime game. Yes. I must have get to it. Yep. There's time for it. Look at 2 hours. Okay. Yeah, it's quite hard. You have any games? Yeah, you got it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Is this part of your plan?
Of course. You're still as clever as you were when you were a child. The opening is near. Go, my child. Seize the power of the harmony and reveal your karma.
Where's she going? Talk to her.
I have one final question, Master. Why did you choose to bring the Order to Penacony? Wouldn't it have been better to choose a desperate world instead of a city filled with hope and dreams?
It's for justice, my child. If we lose justice in our hearts, we'll make the same mistake as the Harmony did.
So, it's not you who manipulates the dreamscape with the Stellaron, but...
Well, that's where our conversation ends. Go ahead. The 107,000.
I shall ascend to the heavens, becoming the scorching sun bathed in my light. My people shall flourish, while all evil shall be eradicated.
This is the interior of the Penacony Grand Theater.
It's quite exhilarating to be flushed into the air by soul.
And not only that, even if we're late, let's explore.
Gosh, the atmosphere here is so creepy and unsettling. Even if there's no audience yet, there should be some staff around. Why is it so silent?
I'm with you.
Yikes! They scared the life out of me! What? You're so annoying. Stop scaring me.
Are these puppets part of the stage setup? Even so.
Something feels off. We're in the right place, right?
There's no other grand theater in the dreamscape.
So Sunday's messing with us? He said we'd have a final showdown on the stage.
My apologies for the delay, March 7th.
You scared me. Where are you now?
I'm waiting for you behind the curtain. Following the Asdana tradition, I invite you to enjoy a stage play in 3 acts before the festival begins. History is a mirror reflecting the universe's true essence. Let's use this opportunity to delve into the rich history of Penacony and the eons within it. Naturally, the future takes shape. Let us commence with the dawning of the world. After the Dusk Wars, darkness veiled the sky, and chaos consumed the earth. Enna the Order emerged, destined to restore all existence. That marked the first day. They gathered nebulae and forged them into pigs, thus creating a grand lyre with black and white keys. Strike the white keys, and the sun rose. Strike the black keys, and the moon rose. And so, the cycle of day and night arose. That marked the second day.
The puppets are gathering around the frame. Are they expecting us? Where are we now?
The atmosphere here looks similar to this act is named Ode to Prisoner.
I thought things were fine.
I genuinely wish to avoid a violent clash with my esteemed guests from afar. Therefore, I've arranged 3 acts before the situation becomes irreparable. Where shall we start our narrative? Well, let's start with the time when Penacony was still a frontier prison. 2147 AE, a prisoner named Hanun ignited a struggle for liberty and emerged triumphant. IPC referred to it as the War of the Frontier, while the Asdanians dubbed it the War of Independence. It's true that Hanunu was a legendary hero, but it must be acknowledged that while he bestowed freedom upon the prisoners, he didn't grant them true liberation. Endeavoring to spread the tenets of Trailblaze throughout the frontier prison. Alas, their efforts proved futile.
Let's build another prison.
Once again, Asdana was engulfed in war. This time, the enemies originating from within. The prisoners remained prisoners for the rest of the... As you can see, there's freedom permeates.
Prisoners, this is my order.
Hey! Why do we have to fight while enjoying the show?
For I desire not only your enjoyment, but also your assistance in its completion.
Lend me your strength.
Free will, or was it fate? Destined for oblivion.
Enemy data sync network activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
I weep for the departed. It shall fall.
In the name of Left Wheel, forged in ice, never falters!
Did you come insisting as fleeting as the dawn's dew, destined for oblivion?
You will know justice.
Enemy enough. The time is now. Lend me your strength.
On the still waters of oblivion, I guide the wandering souls.
I hope you're prepared. The die is cast.
I'll contain them. Enemy data sync network activated. Time for a good old counterattack. The time is now. Lend me your strength.
Another existence, fleeting as the dawn's dew, destined for oblivion.
In the name of Left Wheel, forged in ice, never falters!
Ready for another?
You will know.
This back. The time is now. Lend me your strength.
Did you come here from the still waters of oblivion? I guide the wandering souls. I weep for the departed. Dusk springs, the two shall fall.
No one can restrain you.
Thus concludes the first.
This must be, however, it appears that Sunday aims to convey the spiritual plight of the prisoners more than the physical aspects of imprisonment.
This show is a bit too literary for my taste. But the battle part is quite easy to understand. Anyway, we've arrived at the exit. Let's go!
streams of stars into inked nibs, creating symbols to be pronounced and counted. They molded stardust into flowing rivers, assigning the righteous upstream and the unjust downstream. Thus, all things were marked, and the world learned to discern between good and evil. That marked the third and fourth days.
I'm with you.
Show your courage.
Maraming nag-request, subukan ko daw kumain.
You idiot.